Do you know what it takes to move the needle on your business? Stay tuned and let's find out. And welcome to another Momentum Monday with me, Emily McHugh, your supercharged coach. Today it's all about moving the needle on your business. And I'm so happy to share more about with you in just a little moment about this wonderful summit that I'll be a part of this week, which is called the Move the Needle Summit. Conveniently enough, yes. And so it's actually quite apropos because the topic is in alignment with pretty much what supercharging is all about. And today we want to really highlight the concept of what does it truly take to move the needle on your business, especially from the supercharged perspective. So with that, I thought I would share some thoughts with you, just some things to think about. I want to keep it very, very simple and quite basic, but it's really the simple, the basic, and the fundamental things which are often overlooked, which really is what we really need to focus on. So we could have this long, really in-depth discussion on the topic, or just really as, again, simple baseline, because everything starts there, and from the base you can get more elaborate, but it doesn't change. So we always want to go back to the fundamentals. But as we dive into this, I remind you again, subscribe, on YouTube, Supercharged Coach, at Supercharged Club on Instagram, and come back, okay, and say hello over there, comment, all the things to do to increase the engagement so that more people can see our posts. So for the past few weeks, I've been reading this amazing book called Limitless by Jim Quick, and he is known as the brain coach or helps people to learn faster. And I actually started this book a year ago and read most of it, like 3/4 of the book. For some reason, kind of stopped reading and decided it was time to read the book, continue reading the book, or finish reading the book. And I decided, let me start it all over again. So I went back to page 1 and just started the book again. And I'm so glad that I did, because it really covers all these key points about the importance of how to actually achieve goals that you set, and to removing the limits off your mindset and your thought process. So how does that pertain to us today, discussing how to move the needle on your business and having a KPI for your business goal? So this month in the Supercharged Club and in Supercharged CEO, we're talking all about KPIs, key performance indicators, your business dashboards, and identifying the core numbers that you need to monitor for your business success. And so with that being said, you want to always, to really, again, break it down to its most basic component, is a KPI is a key performance indicator that is directly linked to the outcome of a specific goal. So if you set a goal that I want to hit $1 million in sales, your KPI, your key performance indicator, is $1 million. That is the number that you're looking for. However, along the way, there are different things that will affect and have an impact on whether that $1 million comes about or not. And those are the things you want to monitor, not just the one number of the sales. And where we tend to get lost sometimes is we just obsess on the sales number, not looking at all the things that can impact it along the way. So what I encourage people to do is to break down what are the things that move the needle on you achieving a particular sales goal or not. And sometimes those factors are not so visible. And I gave the example of like launching my membership and what it takes to do that. And sometimes a lot of the work is done underground, out of sight, that people don't see. And in order to get the numbers like membership you're trying to grow and whatever other metrics, there's a lot of groundwork that has to be done, and that groundwork must not be discounted. So you might want to set a metric for a groundwork, like, am I accomplishing this, moving the needle on this particular aspect that will move me closer to getting an additional member or an additional member? Do I have to work on a landing page on my website? Do I need to work on a marketing campaign or an ad campaign? Do I need to change graphics, design the ad, design the copy, on and on and on? All the components that are involved in whatever step of what you're doing has to be taken into account as a part of your KPI assessment. So this is something I really want to highlight to people, because sometimes it's really easy to get discouraged if you don't see a certain result, ultimate outcome result, and not take into account the steps along the way. So it's really essential that you do that so that your KPI is more reflective of really what you're actually doing. Sometimes we need to kind of just step it back so that we can see and do something that's quantifiable. So if it's a number where you're not seeing the movement, look at a number where maybe you are seeing the movement. I hope that is kind of making sense. And if it's not, please let me know. But let me tell you a little bit more about this concept here in James Quick's book, Limitless, one of the many concepts that hopefully will actually shed some more light on this concept. So, the science of momentum. So, when you're setting a goal and you're working towards achieving a specific performance indicator, we look at what the idea of momentum is usually not taken into account, but momentum is really critical, which is kind of what I was just saying before. It's setting accomplishment in motion. And once you start accomplishing something, you may not see the accomplishment until it's finished. But it doesn't mean that while you're in the process of accomplishing, the momentum is building and you're getting closer and closer to your goal. And that indeed does move the needle. All right, now, while you're going through this process, it can get very, very easy to lose your momentum and to lose your focus because you're not seeing the end result right away. And this is where a lot of people give up. This is where people get discouraged. This is where people throw in the proverbial towel and say it's not working. But they're not taking into account that momentum is a process and you have to affirm yourself throughout the process. So this is one of the things that he highlights. He says that affirmation is a critical tool in accomplishment. You need to affirm yourself as you move through a process so that you are acknowledging the fact that you are indeed getting somewhere, even though it may not feel like it. I want you to ponder what I'm saying. I want you to rewind this tape, listen to it a few times, because it may take a moment for it to settle in properly exactly what I am highlighting to you today. I'm going to repeat this too. The science of momentum is setting accomplishment in motion, affirming yourself along the way that you are indeed achieving your goals. And this momentum is a part of the moving the needle process. This is a part of moving the needle. And so I want you to be aware. So our main takeaway from this little chat today is, what are the things that specifically move the needle towards where I want it to go, or where I want it to eventually land? And be very cognizant and very aware of what those things are, and also what they are not. What are things that will absolutely not move any needle anywhere? What those things are. And then make sure you start to eliminate them. Any types of distractions that have absolutely nothing to do with where you want to go are very good things to eliminate along the way. So I want to kind of take a moment to share with you a little bit about this summit that I'll be a part of. And it is the Move the Needle Summit. And let me show you what that looks like right over here. So the Move the Needle Summit being hosted by Tamika Leone, who's done an amazing job of putting this summit together. And it's launching this week, April 9th through April 11th, 2024. And it's going to feature quite a few speakers, and it's an empowerment, Women in Business Summit. It's a 3-day virtual summit to unleash quick action strategies for sustainable business growth. So really excited to be a part of this wonderful virtual conference that Tamika has put together, and she has put together quite a few headliners that I'm going to share with you if you go to her page, and I'm going to share the link where you can sign up for this also in my descriptions below. You'll see that. And here is yours truly. I will be sharing how to prioritize your business growth opportunities. And this is really essential to knowing what to focus on. You know, I'm really big on what to focus on in your business and when, because those are the things that can or may not move your needle. So there are lots of different topics being discussed, from tech to crafting your content, social media content strategies, to your email marketing, to all kinds of really wonderful techniques. So I encourage you to jump on this, take advantage of this opportunity. There's also the VIP access pass, where it's a free conference, and each series of workshops are available for free for 24 hours. But if you want to have longer access to them, then you can purchase the VIP pass. And I can give you the link for that so you can get in there and benefit from all the wonderful tools being shared, plus the great freebies and gifts coming along with these speakers. And so one of the things that I'll be doing, now you all know that you can get my download your free gift, Overcome Shiny Object Syndrome, How to Focus, that I always have available at emilymccue.com/free gift. But for this conference, the priorities special bundle that I've put together is available to our VIP people who sign up. And when you get it, you get the special VIP priorities bundle, plus you get a complimentary workshop and access to some other goodies as well. So that's what you get when you sign up with the VIP All Access Pass for the Move the Needle conference, which I highly encourage you register for, because it's going to be a really great event. And I even spoke about the whole idea of moving the needle recently on my Instagram stories that I did. And guys, if you're not following me on Instagram, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Go to instagram.com/at Emily the Entrepreneur. And I shared that, asking the question to my community there: are you ready to move the needle on your business? And do you know what moves the needle? Is it clarity, focus, business strategy? What are some of the things that you want to consider that could be moving the needle on your business? So your assignment today is to identify the one thing that you feel most moves the needle on your business. And if you're having any difficulty figuring out what that is, how to approach it, I invite you to check out the Supercharge Club, where that is what we're doing, looking at it more closely, and specifically the Supercharge CEO, which is my membership that helps work you through precisely how to go about it for your own business. So today I want to leave you with our mindset minute. And it's so important that you keep your mindset on track. And in keeping with what I'm sharing today, let me tell you what our mindset minute is, which is all about your goal plus your KPI. So when we start the year, many times we set these goals, these things we want to achieve, but a lot of times we don't set the key performance indicator, which is the metric which is tied to that goal. And so as a result, when we don't achieve the goals, we may wonder why we don't achieve it, what happened, even though my intentions were good, I still did not get the result that I wanted. And one of the reasons why that sometimes happens is we don't have a realistic key performance indicator that we actually can achieve. We may set a number that's out of bounds, that we don't have any plan of how we're going to get there, but we just pick it because it sounds good. We want to pick a number that's realistic, that's relevant to your goals, that is something that you actually can do, even though you might have to stretch. And with that, you can be successful. Yay! So that is our mindset minute today. And I want to thank you guys for joining me again for Supercharge with Emily Momentum Monday. And I hope that you have a really supercharged week ahead, and see you next time.